Okay, I want to call the meeting of Denver Public Airport. Simply ordered, and we'll start with the pledge of allegiance. Follow me.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
President Brown,
Here.
Director Gut,
Here.
Director Plate,
Here.
Director Rivera.
Here.
Okay, moving right along, we'll go to the minutes of the regular meeting held August 13th, 2026.
I reviewed the minutes and I said adopt them.
Okay, first,
I've also reviewed, I second that.
we have a second. We have any questions?
No question.
No? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Yes. Okay, going on to committee reports.
Mr. President, I only have one committee report to make, which is your executive committee meeting on the 18th of August to set the agenda for this meeting.
Okay, go to the general manager's report.
I had the pleasure of attending an event for Planes of Fame down in Santa Barbara at the Santa Barbara Airport on Friday with the new CEO of the Econ Alliance, a gentleman by the name of Nash Moreno. So I'm going to be a name that.
I've heard that name before.
It was a great event. It was a new crowd of people. It wasn't just a bunch of Santa Barbara people down in Galita. It was people from Santa Barbara being welcomed into the Plains of Fame community, and it was a great event. My understanding, I don't have a date, but at some point they're going to do one here in Santa Maria, and I think somewhere in SLO County as well.
Okay, great.
But if you get the chance to go, if you're invited, I would strongly recommend.
I'll go to the closer ones. I was busy that night. All right.
I think you've been to enough meetings actually about Plains of Fame. You probably got the idea already.
Yeah, I think I pretty well know what they're looking for. So, how's Chris doing?
Still well.
Was he attending and participating in it?
He was a speaker.
Nice.
We know that. All right, let's go on to the manager finance and administration report.
Yeah, so I have tonight, your demand register and financial statements. But before we get into that, I did want to give you guys a quick update, on the new ERP. So the last month, we have been getting ready for go live. And that's why the financial statements don't look like they normally do. So we actually finally went live in the new ERP on August 2nd. So the last couple of weeks have been getting things worked out and mapped out correctly. And then on top of that, we had our audit. So we had auditors here at the beginning of the week, and they just barely left 2 weeks ago. But so far they got everything we needed. And as of right now, there's been no findings, which is always good. And so, yeah, just wanted to give you guys a quick update.
Is this is new auditors?
Same auditors. This is the last year before we have to go out. Sorry, where?
Where they are, where?
Oh. They are from somewhere in LA. Yeah, they're around LA area. And with that,
Well, so how is the ERP implementation going?
it is almost finished up. We are finally doing the actual trial balance tie out, which is basically where you get all of the accounts together from the old system and the new system and make sure it maps out correctly, which is just a lot of line by line kind of detail. So it takes a good bit of legwork to get it all worked out. But other than that, it's going to give staff a lot more flexibility in its reporting. Right now, I'm having to do the financial reports basically by hand based off of our trial balance from the old ERP, and then present that to you guys. So instead of me having to manually do that every month, I can have a report generate and do that like most of our organizations.
So were you able to transfer all the old data into the new system without
Yeah.
too much difficulty?
Yeah, and we had really great implementation staff that helped a ton. And then a little shout out to Katya. She's been a trooper getting into the new system and learning all the ins and outs of it too. But yeah, it's been going good. I should hopefully have everything wrapped up in the next couple of weeks. A lot of it is just getting things, put into the right places and the right time.
I've been through many of these ERP transitions in my career, and you're the first person to ever tell me it's going well. So, well, they're painful,
Yeah.
especially for finance. So congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Let us know if you need any help from us.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Thank you, Mr. Forrest.
We've got the demand register, we need to address that. First,
Well, so I reviewed the demand register, and I also met with Mr. Flores, and he answered all my questions. So now I understand in a couple areas where I was a bit short. I will accept the demand register as shown, and I'll put that forth as a
motion,
motion. Thank you.
all right, you get it first, I'll look for a
I'll
second.
I'll second that, I also have,
Okay, all right, got a first and second, any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, moving right along, to public session. Statements from the forum will be heard during public session. Requests of speak forms are provided for those wishing to address the board. After completing the form, please give it to the clerk. Requests requiring the board action will be referred to staff and brought to the next appropriate agenda. Members of the public are cordially invited to speak on agenda items as they occur. Staff reports covering agenda items are available to review in the office of general manager on the Tuesday prior to each meeting. The board will establish a time limit for receipt of testimony, and the board reserves the right to establish further time limits for receipt of testimony. Do we have any requests to speak? Okay.
So, Mr. President, just one moment. On item 4, we approved the demand register, but we didn't go through the financial statements. So may I request that we go back to item 4B, financial statements,
that would
with
be-
Mr. Flores? Okay, thank you.
Sorry about that.
Did you want to share anything with us?
Yeah, so actually a couple of quick things. So one of those being the negative net position or the net decrease in cash and cash equivalents of 900,000. I wanted to kind of point that one out mostly because it is due to a lot of our AP timing. So essentially the register that you approved in this run and the last run. So a lot of those checks cleared, which is why that cash decreased so much. And then also on that statement of cash flow, there's about a $500,000 increase in prepaid expenses, which again, I just want to highlight because it's a large payment, and that is for our insurance. So for the SDR, and so that's what that big increase is for. But if you have any questions.
Well, I have a few comments. So I did meet with Mr. Flores to go through the information, and thank you for providing the level of detail. I would like to request, I know we have our financial committee meetings, and I was on the finance committee, and then I came off it, and I believe I'm back on it again. So I would like to request a finance committee review, just so that we can help you with the first quarter analysis.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
That sounds great.
thank you.
Okay. Any other questions? No questions. Okay, that doesn't need to be approved, right? That's information.
Yes.
Okay. Let's move on to go back, skipping over 5 we just did. The 6, presentation of terminal parking lot solar project in consideration of a proposal consent to the assignment of the energy service agreement for that project from FFP, BTM Solar LLC and Green Skies Clean Energy LLC, RS facility.
May I? I think I recognize everyone. Is there anyone from Forefront here? Saying no one. I would request that this item be continued. I think representatives from Forefront should be here to explain.
I agree with that. I think that we want to take and make sure that we'll just postpone this until they show up. I don't think we'll take any action on their request until that time happens. I think we have all the questions.
Yeah, I agree with that, but I also want to say that Mr. Flores did an outstanding review of the situation
No, I
that
agree
he
with
provided for us. And the historic, what happened and the historical representation was outstanding. helped me to remember, helped me to understand how we got here.
I agree with that 100%. I would like to take them, I talked to him earlier today, I'd like to take and incorporate that into that. Can we do that?
Yeah.
I'll give these back to you so you can have them and you can do it. This basically is, I want to see what we're paying per kilowatt hour. And in the review of this, I think that we can approach PG&E and request that we have a even rate across the spectrum. I think that they would do that. Because it's, in looking at these different sites and different bills, there's big differences in rates on that.
Okay,
Okay, and if my memory serves me right, I went through this with the country club, and we had the same deal, and when we requested it, they looked at it, and we actually combined it into one account with the same rates.
okay, so going back to, Mr. Pell, will they give us a presentation and be able to stick around long enough for us to ask them questions? Or do you think they will?
This is, I will make the request. I speak for them. I do not speak for this organization. I only speak for.
But I think you can let them know that we're gonna take no action to the request until that happens.
Understood.
Well, and to that point, I would pursue legal actions.
It's not gonna work out.
Okay,
Okay,
Let's just continue that item and take it from there.
okay, let's move on from there. We'll solve that. The, item 7, consideration of filing for the direct area 2 vacancy on the board by appointment or by calling an election. Government Code Section 17.
Yeah, so we didn't receive any applications to fill the seat. So because of that, we are asking for the board's direction on
Right.
what you would like to do.
I made a request that we get a hold of the candidate that signed up to do it, and I guess Martin has talked with him. And I don't know,
He has some, he did not realize he was gonna be on the board so quickly. Let alone at all. He thought he had, it was gonna run. So he has some scheduling, life scheduling, work scheduling things he has to sort out, but he anticipates to be up and running at least by, beginning of December when his elected office starts.
he's not interested in starting early.
He didn't want to commit to it, let's put it that way. I don't want to speak for him. But he's been, I broached the idea of your board appointing him early. And he wasn't ready to accept that, but he's gonna be around. We had a very pleasant conversation.
Can you,
Look forward to be board remote.
can you text me your name?
Sure. But it's not a secret.
No, no, it's not.
No.
You can give it to me now, but if you give it to me, I don't have it.
Michael asked as well, gentleman's name.
Oh, it's slipping my mind all of a sudden. We're so fire department.
Okay, now, we really don't need to do anything with the election board on this because we're so close anyway, correct?
Yeah, so one of the recommendations is that we just leave the seat, we can leave the seat vacant and have the general election fill it, come November.
Patrick Younger,
What is it?
Patrick Younger. Younger with an N or she.
Patrick?
I can get you his contact info.
Yeah, why don't you do that? Let me talk, reach out and talk to him. So maybe,
It just, since we're speaking about the board and elections, the Director Ramirez, who you appointed, is the sole person on the ballot for this district, so.
Congratulations.
Victory.
you're an elected official,
We have,
kind of.
we have, one District 4, which is Patrick Younger. So he'll be here in December, or not, if not sooner. And then we have a horse race for, District 4,
And that's, and there's three sign-ups.
3 candidates.
Now, I know 2 of them. Who was the third?
Last name's Mogg, I don't know the Jonah. Mogg.
Okay. I have a question going back to the unfilled seat. So if we leave the seat vacant, it gets filled at the time of the election. How much longer do we have to appoint somebody to fill the seat before the window closes, or has it closed?
So it's typically 60 days from that notice.
Yes.
And I believe, Craig, you could chime in a little bit on that.
Yeah, it is 60 days from the date of that notice, so I think I can't remember. We're
Approaching it, yeah.
We're almost at the end of that 60-day period.
Okay,
They have to live in that district?
Pardon?
They have to live in
I
that.
live in that district and be a registered voter in that district. But the interesting thing is the remedy for not appointing is it goes on the ballot.
Yeah.
And it's already on the ballot already.
Yes.
So, and it's too late to change that. So it's sort of a no harm, no foul kind of situation if there's no appointment. It's just the seat sits empty until the first part of December when the election results are certified.
so we just asked the gentleman that's on the ballot if he wants to start
You
attending
can
sooner.
come in earlier, that would be different.
But if the appointment window closes, then you can't
You can't.
come on the board. So I think it might be prudent for us to let him know, whatever time you have. Let's just say, for example, it's 5 days. You have 5 days to decide. Boom, and if you don't, then you have to wait till you're sworn in.
What is the,
September 8th.
So next
Okay, so that's,
okay, but that's not very far out.
no, that's,
Yeah, Monday.
yeah.
That would be before the next meeting, so we'd have to have a special meeting. Point.
Will we need to just vote them in, or does it need to be sworn in order by the year?
Well, all the
Appointment
time.
has to be made.
All the time. But yeah. Yeah, it's September 8th. I'll call Doctor, see, because he probably doesn't realize he's gonna get, if he is working in that time, so he's missed some meetings, it's not being involved. All right.
No, it's just a few of these things on the agenda, is that things that are coming up are pertinent, like the solar issue. It would be great to have them on board now, so you can get the information rather than.
Yeah, exactly. He'll get the inside information, if we're not making meetings, stuff.
Yes,
Okay, no, I agree.
and if he doesn't accept the appointment, I'd at least like to ask him to be a member of the audience, so that he's hearing this information firsthand.
It's kind of unusual, somebody comes in. so. Even senior.
Never, yeah.
Okay, moving right along, because I'm actually camping now, I want to get back to it. It's, the consent calendar, we have, 8 items voting on the consent calendars.
This rest of I may just to speak to 2 of the items, we have received grant offers from the FAA for 2 grants that are under consent. If you approve those 2 items, we will, by close of business tomorrow, hopefully execute those agreements
Okay,
in both projects, the taxi lane project in our hangar area, and the next phase of the parallel taxiway will be funded.
okay,
Okay, we want that.
So then how close we are to Airfest and kind of take the contract act and mobilize, I don't see any of this actually physically happening before Airfest, which is a good thing.
And C is also important in that process because that's the authorization for staff to sign those agreements, get it done more quickly than trying to get board members to sign.
But is
So
you-
C is
do
important.
you want to do them separately, or do you want to do them with
You
consent?
can do it with consent. I just wanted to mention what-
Because everything
what's
is
going on.
fairly part-time. Okay, this will be a roll call vote for the consent, okay?
Just need a motion.
Okay, I'll amend that motion, and I'll make a second on it. So, first, second, is there any questions before we do it?
No.
Okay, Madam Clerk.
President Brown,
Yes.
Director Guy,
Yes.
Director Clayton,
Yes.
Director Ramirez.
Yes.
Okay, moving right along. Okay, moving on to director's comments. We'll start with Mr. Director Guy.
Well, this is turning out to be one of the fastest meetings on record, and I hate to slow it down, but I do want to point out a few things. First of all, I want to thank Mr. Flores. He's been very attentive to a lot of the details of the finances going on at the airport. Thank you, and I really appreciate those summaries that you're providing to us ahead of time. They're invaluable, and I know it takes a lot of time to put that together, but I want you to know that we really appreciate the effort you're putting into that. Thank you for that. I want to thank General Manager Pell. I want to thank you for the work that you're doing. In particular, I really appreciate the things that are happening with the FAA grants. I really appreciate seeing the infrastructure moving along. I really appreciate seeing the growth that's taking place around the airport. Of course, I'd like more, but we've come a long way in a very short period of time. I want to say thank you for that. And I also want to thank you, Director Ramirez, for joining us. Thank you for that. That's it for my comments.
You want to, Director Clayton?
Those two grants are huge, Martin, those are huge grants. That's a shot in the arm for the airport. And that's huge. So I can't wait to help sign that one so we can get it in your hands so you can execute it and make it happen. And I too share the same sentiment with you, Mike. You're really good. Thank you. And I appreciate you letting me sit down and talk to you as well. You're really good. And Director Ramirez, good job. Watching you sit back there, it's like, wait a minute, let's bring that guy up. The airport's heading in the right direction, and I'm very proud of that. So, no, that's it.
Director Ramirez.
Just thank you all for being so welcoming. Since I've been here, you guys have reached out. We took a tour of the entire place. There's a lot of information to digest in such a short period of time, but the information that I've gotten so far is really, really detailed and it helps me catch up. There's still a lot of reading that I need to go through to understand a lot of the projects, but you take the time, especially with like the solar project. There's a lot of information there, and it's a shame that they didn't show up today. Because I had some questions.
We all have questions.
Yeah. But I felt that the airport is doing a lot of things that I didn't have the details of, and there's so much work that goes into it. So I know that I appreciate it. Thank you guys for welcoming me to the board. Thank you.
My comments are basically the airport is heading in a great direction. I think we've gotten rid of all the distractions that were keeping us from doing things. I think that's all in the past. I think everything that we're doing, all the staff are working great, doing great things, making it easy for the directors. I like that. People don't realize that when we get our reports for the meetings, this report was 206 pages long. That's kind of that's not what we would consider a large one. That's kind of an average. So there's a lot behind the scenes that people don't realize what's going on, but we're getting things done. These grants are great. Mike's doing a good job. We appreciate that. We got Allison moving up. She's gonna be our notary here pretty soon. Make it exciting. So
Not for
that's been a while. But anyway, with that, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
I make the motion.
Seconded.
All right, first, all in favor?
Aye.
We're going home.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
fun.
Hey, let's do that.